Hey everyone, I'm here to do a bit of a review, kind of comparison between the Occult Tarot, which I did an unboxing of recently. Let's get the light there. Woo. And one that's been out for a long time, I've had for a long time, which is the Fallen Angel Oracle cards. So both of these decks deal with fallen angels. So again, there's the Lesser Key of Solomon, which has the part of it called the Goetia, which has 72 demons. And this is from, I think, the 1600s. But it is a list of fallen angels. And the idea is in sort of this Christian mythology, which is not part of the Bible. This kind of came along later. Is the idea that there was this war in heaven. Lucifer didn't want to listen to God anymore. He decided to go his own way, and some of the other angels joined him. And there was a war in heaven. Now, there were also angels who just didn't take sides, and they were also banished as well. So that's where we get these fallen angels from. So whether you believe that or not, either way, that's what's in these particular decks. Now, the Occult Tarot, they have added, because there's only 72 demons in the Goetia or fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, they've added 6 more as well, just to round it out. So I'm going to be doing kind of a bit of a review now that I've had a chance to look a little bit more at the Occult Tarot, and kind of compare it a bit to this deck, the Fallen Angel Oracle, which has, been out for quite a few years. I don't know if there's a year on the back of this, but I got it a few years ago. It's been around for a while. So this one, I thought it was a publisher had picked up the Demon Tarot, which was I believe that was like an independently published deck, but I was wrong. They're 2 different decks. Somebody had asked me, which one do you think I should get? Which one's the better one? I have not seen the Demon Tarot. I have not seen that independent one, so I couldn't tell you. But both from the pictures I've seen of the Demon Tarot and this one, they both take their images from the drawings of the Infernal Dictionary, or Dictionary Infernal, it's French. So they both take their drawings from there. I believe the Demon one is more on like the sepia tone paper, and this one's just on like it's like a white background. So some things to say about this one. I would not recommend this as a tarot deck. Now, I'm reluctant to kind of like say negative things because I know how much work people put into these things, but it's just, I don't think it's a tarot deck. I think that they put different demons on different, line them up with these tarot cards, but they don't really make sense why, and that's in my mind. Other people may disagree. So first I'm going to say some good things about this deck, and then I'm gonna say some things that I'm not so happy with. First of all, I would say that I really love this box. I love the design on it. I wish that they had continued this kind of theme throughout the cards, because this red and black motif, especially like with the iridescent here, is just, it's beautiful. I wish they had this motif on the back of the cards. It's really, really gorgeous, but unfortunately what's on here does not translate into the cards. So I think design-wise, it's really beautiful. The book looks really beautiful. Design-wise, you've got this beautiful sort of black and red theme going on. You've got some beautiful drawings in there. So design-wise, no fault here. Beyond that though, and I would like to say, if you're just looking for a reference deck, a reference for these different fallen angels, and for, just images of what they look like from the Dictionary Infernal, this can be a really good resource. It says below kind of what their powers or correspondences are. So if you are looking for, something that is, what's the word I'm looking for? If you're looking for just a reference deck, this one's fine. It's totally fine. But like I said, I would not use this as a tarot deck. And I think if you are a beginner and you want to learn tarot, this is not the deck for you. One of the main problems that, I didn't see till later was you have your reference book here. And then it says, for example, You know, you've got your nice thumbnail. Again, it's got the same description here. For example, on the card, on the actual card itself, for example, we have Bodis here. Gives answers of past, present, and future, reconciles friends and foes. Well, the meaning on top is the exact same thing that's written on the card. And then it says resonates with the Page of Swords in the traditional tarot. But it doesn't tell you what the Page of Swords means. So like if you're a beginner or you're just learning the tarot, that's useless. And so I really wish that they had given the Page of Swords meaning and also a blurb on why they picked that particular fallen angel to go with that particular card. There's zero explanation of it. So to me, it just feels like a cut and paste, which, you know, why even have it as a tarot deck? Just have it as a reference deck. So that to me was disappointing. I have to say as well, like I always do a little reading of the guidebook. When I read the guidebook, I have to say I was not impressed, and I'm really reluctant to give a bad review of this because, like, to be honest, it's pretty cheesy. And he gives you like a ritual for summoning them, and it's really not in line with, you know, even, you know, how would I put this, like high magic practices where they actually do call on these entities. He doesn't have anything about that. It seems like sort of very made up. And I mean, all rituals are made up, right? But it's cheesy. I'll just put it that way. It seems more like this is for someone who, they're kind of like, oh, cool, demons. You know, let's get this book. He has dates for contacting demons, and they're the wheel of the year, which is associated with paganism and not with like demonetry, which is working with demons. So I don't, you know, I'm again reluctant to criticize this. Everybody's different. You know, maybe there are people who, you know, impose them onto the pagan Sabbats. But I just don't think that this, if you're looking for information about that kind of stuff, or even just research, you know, other than as a reference deck, I just really wouldn't recommend this particular deck. Again, I think it's beautiful. I think that if you just want some cards with each of the pictures on them, I think that's a good thing. But honestly, other than, you know, looking good, this book is pretty useless, to be honest. And I'm so reluctant to give a bad review because, you know, like a lot of Rockville decks are really nice. And I know a lot of work goes into this from the author to the artist and stuff. So, but I just, you know, I just would not recommend this particular deck. I would recommend this one though. If you are looking at, you know, just exploring fallen angels, you're just curious about it or interested in any way. This deck has been out for a while. I believe it is being reprinted for good reason. This is a Schiffer, I think, deck. It's a Seco Books. Why do I think it's Schiffer? It's a Seco Books. Okay, Seco Books. I thought it was Schiffer for some reason, but I could be completely and utterly wrong. Yeah, Seco Books. Yes, so this is 2011, so it's been around for a while. So this one does not pretend to be a tarot deck. It is an oracle deck with fallen angels on them. It's a very thin guidebook, but it is packed with information. It links each of these with a planet. It has each one with an element. It gives you some information about it. It does not have like a cheesy ceremony with red candles in it. It just is a straightforward oracle deck. It talks about laying out the cards. It gives you spreads. You know, the only spread in that one was a Celtic cross, you know, which is fine. A lot of smaller guidebooks just have that, but this has, you know, several different ones. It talks about Solomon's seal, has several different spreads, and then each card you have an interpretation. So it says, you know, kind of the powers of what it does, but then it has a really good interpretation of how you can apply that into your own life. And I found, like, I've worked with this deck for a while, and I kind of use it as my shadow work deck. So I use it, it's my Pluto deck. Pluto is the god of death and the underworld and power and the subconscious and all those kind of things. So I use that for working with him, and it always tells it's always straightforward. It warns me of things that I may be blind to, like, you know, hey, make sure you're not doing this. And it has not steered me wrong. It's said, you know, hey, watch out for, you know, this going on, and it's always been right. It is a very gentle deck. If you are worried at all about any of these kind of decks, which I know some people are, and that's totally fair. This deck, I think, is a safe deck. It is a gentle deck, but it also tells you the truth. It tells you the truth, and it makes you look at the shadow of yourself and of the things around you. But it's not scary at all. And that's why I use it in my spirit team readings as well. Because I just think it's a really great deck. So I'm thinking if you are interested in working with these kind of archetypes, this is a really great deck to go with. I would skip, honestly, the Occult Tarot. You know what the thing is? I was so excited about it. It could have been done so well. Like, I think if they had put why they had connected each one with that particular tarot card, I think that it could have been like a really beautiful deck. I do have another deck coming with a similar theme. I don't know when it's going to arrive, but I'm crossing my fingers. It's going to be good. But you know, this I would recommend right now with what's out. I don't know about the Daemon Tarot. I think it's called the Daemon Tarot. I'm not sure. DAE. It might be Demon Tarot or Daemon Tarot. I'm not sure. But there was one that came out, I think it was last year. I don't know much about that deck other than the images I've seen online. So I could not tell you about that deck if you're wondering about that one. But I would go with this one for sure right now with what's out there. And I really hate to give like a bad review of something. Like really hate it. But I do want to be honest with people, and I know people do watch these kind of videos for recommendations of like what to work with and what not to work with, and just to see kind of, you know, curiosity, and maybe you like something, maybe you like the imagery. But I just, you know, on further looking and working with that deck, I would not recommend it. I would recommend this one. So let me know what you think. Do you like the Occult Tarot? Do you disagree with me and you're like, no, it is awesome? Let me know what you think. And thank you so much for watching this. You know, and thank you to my patrons who support me. You guys are the best. You guys are awesome. If you want to join me over on Patreon, I am teaching tarot reversals starting this month, so it's not too late to join. If you're interested in learning that, I also have my spirit team reading on 50% off to the end of the month. Big shout out to my patrons, Jamie, Marie, and Nathan. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys all next time, and peace and love and rock.